Hey, good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. We are happy and delighted to be back on the Slim Punches show tonight. We got a special guest, man. Listen, the fire is burning. This is a fight that's coming up in another couple of weeks. We're super excited because it's for the Undisputed Championship of the World. It's a great fight. We're going to welcome George Kambosos Jr. to the show this evening to talk about the fight. George, how are you, champ?
I'm doing well, man. I'm pleasure to be on, happy to be on, and excited to chat about the big fight coming up.
My brother from down under, man. Listen, let's give credit when credit's due. You earn your spot and your opportunity to be in this position without questions asked.
Yeah, 110%. I've had the hard road to get to number one, mandatory in the IBF, also number one in the WBO. I've earned my spot. I've earned my shot, and I had to go into the backyards of the former champions and beat them. I had to go to London and beat another former champion, Selby, in the Eliminator, and my shot was coming. I was out of any other lightweight in the world. Who went out there and beat two former champions back to back, and then was adamant to fight the undisputed champion, was calling him out. So, everything happens for a reason, and I've manifested this for a long time. And, we're 3 weeks out from a great victory and a historic victory.
George, you ever reflect back because you have, Greek descent, you have an amazing story about your life. And of course, you and many other fighters have great stories and testimonies. When you were young, you were picked on. Who wasn't picked on, man? Everybody goes through something. And then one way or another, at a very, very young age, you found the gym. And, it started from there. Is it so humbling to see where you're at now in your life, in this chapter, knowing all the tough roads you came from?
Yeah, it's been a hell of a road, a very tough road, and we're still standing. We're still undefeated. Everything that I've been through, not only my boxing career, but my early childhood, and to be where I am today is huge. But, the job's not finished. The job will be complete, or one chapter of it, June 19th, when I collect all them beautiful belts. That is what I set out for a long time to achieve. And, when good things happen and you work hard, sometimes you achieve them all in one hit. But from a young kid, I've always wanted to be the undisputed champion. I want to collect all the beautiful belts. God works in mysterious ways, and we're here, man. We are going to fight for every single belt June 19th, and we're going to win every single belt.
Now, George, I'll tell you what, and of course, coming from the down under and fighting in the United States of America, take us back not long ago when you fought in the Mecca of Madison Square Garden, the greatest story room in the U.S. in history with Ali and so many great legends, Sugar Ray Leonard, Rocky Marciano. So many great champions have fought in that building. How humbling it is for you to have a piece of that history in your heart, in your career, and everything that has happened. Talk about that, because that's important that you share those thoughts.
Yeah, look, that's the mecca of boxing right there. MSG, every fighter wants to fight there. So when my opportunity arose to fight on that card, before COVID had just hit, it was incredible. And I jumped at the opportunity. We had a few different opponents pull out. And obviously Mickey Bay's name pulled up. And he was in camp with Richard Comey as a sparring partner. He was ready. He wanted a big fight for him to come back. And it was a big risk because I was already in line for the Eliminator. I was already in position, to fight for, a final Eliminator to get to the title shot. But I thought, I'm fighting here in New York on Madison Square Garden. We're about 7-8 weeks out from the fight. And I said, I want to fight a former champion. I want to fight a name here. I want to make an impact. I don't care about the risk. I've always been about taking the risks. I wouldn't be in America if it wasn't about the risks. So when his name popped up, I jumped at it. And I said, man, I'm going to defeat a former champion, a former American champion, at the mecca of boxing at Madison Square Garden here in New York on a huge card. Man, I jumped at that, and I was excited, and the whole preparation was fantastic. And just to walk out to that arena. And obviously, I fought pretty early in the night, but the New Yorkers, they love their boxing, so they were all flocking in. By the time round 4 or 5 came out, there was heaps of crowd there. So it was amazing, great atmosphere. And, obviously, I want to fight there again. Once this pandemic, gets through with, and they bring some big crowds back there in boxing, I'd love to fight there again and headline that show.
Definitely two things I want to address. The first thing is giving you tremendous props. Bravo to you and the team that you work with. Working, of course, with a very wonderful human being, Mr. Peter Khan, and working in your training camps here in Florida, and hands down, probably one of the best gyms in the state of Florida, hands down. There's no question about that. What are your thoughts about your team and this camp? Me looking in as a boxing writer, as a person that either I'm shooting the photography or I'm ringside writing. I look at your camp and I look at Teofimo's camp. My description of your camp: you're hungry. You're very hungry, and that's what I see. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, 100%. This is a hell of a team. We've got a great team, a loyal team, and we are all hungry. Not only myself, I'm super hungry, but the whole team is. From my head coach Javier Santana to my Australian coach Mick Aqua, who I brought in, to having my father here for the first time in Miami, to Peter Khan, who I believe is the best manager in the world, to my sparring partners. I brought in 2 solid undefeated guys that fight at 147. So we're all hungry for this victory. We are all, tunnel vision for June 19th. On the other side, obviously, you see bits and pieces. They don't look hungry. They look like a mess. There's a lot of confusion on that side. There's a lot of, distractions on that side. But we are focused. We have tunnel vision. And I'm here. This is my hometown. He's coming to my hometown. He was originally from here. He left here. He deserted his hometown. He started saying he's from Brooklyn, which we know he's not. And now he's in Vegas. So he really doesn't have a home. I feel well at home here in Miami. I've been preparing here for a long time. This is my hometown. And when I walk out to that ring, no matter how many fans are going to be supporting me, I'll know that I've been here for the last 2 months. I've been here for the last 5 fights, preparing. So this is my town.
Now, George, talk about when you mentioned sparring. Let's face it. And I'm not saying this playing around. I'm saying this kind of like with a reality sense. You've worked rounds and rounds and days in the ring with the legendary Jedi, with Manny Pacquiao, for a long time. And that, of course, gained respect, and it just gained so much ability and so much confidence with you to continue forward and be a better fighter. Talk about those times and talk about how much that benefited you in those times of your career.
Look, that experience you can't buy. 250 rounds, 3 world title campaigns. So whatever Pacquiao was doing,
going at it.
We were going at it. Pacquiao does not spar easy, and I don't spar easy. I come for war every sparring session. So we were going at it. Now, to do one camp with a guy like that, and then get the call up again and then again. And obviously he wanted me again for the Thurman fight, but I had to take my own road and do what I am doing today. It shows my quality. It shows what I'm about. But he said it from the first camp. He goes, "You're ready for a title, man. Let's get a title. Let's work something out." But that showed the work rate I had, what my abilities and my talent is about. To be in there mixing with a guy like that, it's been incredible for my career. And I've only showed bits and pieces of what I've had to in my fights. A lot of things in that sparring sessions I haven't even showed yet. I'm hoping that I'm going to get to show them in the Lopez fight. But we are excited, man. This is an opportunity that has been from a lot of hard work, a lot of hard, earned years. Been in the trenches with Pacquiao, the experience, but the LA sparring, the Miami sparring, all over the world, fighting all over the world to get to this position.
Now, definitely, George, listen, of course, there's no question you got a game plan. And people that do understand the sport understand that those aren't some of the things that are discussed. But there's also dialogue. And what I mean by dialogue, of course, and we would like to know how Champ, how do you see the fight on the 19th playing out for yourself? Walk us through, just give us your heart thought on how you see that fight happening.
Look, I think my speed's going to be way too much. My movement is way too much. And the way I get in positions to land big shots and land clean shots, I really have a gut feeling that I'm going to take this kid out. I'm going to knock him out. We have seen it. We have seen it before in sparring sessions that he's been put down. These guys that he has fought have not hit him with a clean shot. I've got tremendous power. Best believe that. My sparring partners were big, strong guys. They can't believe how hard I'm hitting. My coaching team can't believe how hard I'm hitting. But the speed, the snap, explosive, shots that are flying, the combinations, it's going to be too much for this guy, for this kid. He has fitness issues. He has stamina problems. And one thing I don't have is stamina issues. So them deeper rounds, I'll be ready for. But I got that feeling, man. And when I sense something, it comes. It happens. They've been saying 3 rounds. And I wouldn't be surprised if I take him out in 3 rounds.
I'm super excited about the fight, champ. Super, super excited.
Me too. I wish it was today. I'm ready to go.
Champ, didn't Tyson Fury come by the gym to visit you guys?
No, Fury's training down here. He was training at a different gym, but I have heard word that he might pop down to Sweatbox.
So look, take this moment and kindly give a shout out to your fans, to your team, to whoever you would like to take this time, and please give a shout out to whoever you like to, champ.
Look, I just appreciate the support worldwide. If you're with me, or against me, it's about proving something. And the doubters that are against me, I love it because it motivates me even more. And I know they're going to be on board when they see me shock the world and win this fight. But for my fans, my long-term fans that have been there, thank you for your support. The Miami fans, the Florida fans that are going to come to the event, you're going to witness something very special. And to my team, we've been putting in the hard yards. We know what we have done in this camp. No stone unturned. And we are ready for victory. We are ready to win this fight.
George, we thank you. We thank you for taking this time to come on the Slip Punches show. And again, we vow to understand that this is a serious training camp for both fighters. And we don't want to keep you on long because we respect the fact and how significant and important that this fight is. So we hope sometime down the line, we'd love to have you back on the show.
100%. You got my word. I'll be on the show, and I'm sure I can show you all them beautiful belts when I collect them June 19th.
Thank you very much. George Kambosos Jr., we thank you, champ. And we'll see you June 19th, champ.
Definitely. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for joining us on the Slip Punches show with George Kambosos Jr., great athlete, great lightweight, #1 contender, ready to go June 19th against the Takeover Teofimo Lopez. That's a real fight. These guys, let me tell you, they're going to go at it. It's going to be back and forth. We're definitely going to shout out some predictions in the near future with our brothers Sidestep Boxing and Front Proof Media and Supreme Boxing. And we're going to just put it out there the way it is. We thank our sponsors, RX Water, and we definitely thank Empire Pro Tape powering the show. And on behalf of myself and Latinbox Sports, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll be talking to you very soon. Thank you. Have a good evening.